I don't know, 18, 19, 20 years. I'm not real sure. It's been a long time. I kind of can't remember not doing it at this point. The last time I didn't do it was when my own daughter was in the spelling bee, and she's 33 right now, so it's been a little while. We're going to do our district spelling bee. All of these students are winners. They represent the 6 elementary schools and 2 middle schools here in Nogales. Go ahead. They are the winner and runner-up from each school, and they had to outspell everybody in their school. The students can range from age as young as 3rd grade up till 8th grade. When they finish here, the winners of their school spelling bee will all progress to the county spelling bee. If a runner-up wins our district bee, they will also proceed to the county spelling bee. So those of you that were runners-up in your school, under normal circumstances, you're not going to be participating in the county bee. But if you win the spelling bee, you will. So be aware, there's a chance you could do it. Don't think, oh, I didn't win. No, you might still do it. You just never know. We have a number of rules, and I am so sorry, but I got to go through the rules because everybody just needs to know what they are. So that way, if somebody is eliminated, they know why they were eliminated. We're going to do the spelling bee in rounds. That means everybody gets a word each round, and they have to spell that word correctly. Under most circumstances, if you misspell a word, you'll be eliminated at the end of that round. There is one exception. Sometimes at the end of the bee, you might only have 3 people left. And if everybody spells a word wrong, they stay in. So it can happen. Usually you're not going to eliminate, all, we've got 15 people? We're not going to eliminate all 15 at the beginning. One of our spellers was sick today. That's why we have an empty chair there. He was not able to attend today, and so that's why we have winners and runners-up participate, so that way every school is at least still represented. The list of spelling words that we have is from the Scripps National Spelling Bee 2023 School Spelling Bee Study List. So you have been studying some of these words, but there may be some words, if we go a long time, there may be some words that you haven't gotten to because you thought, oh, we'll never get that far. Well, if we have a lot of good spellers, and we have a lot of good spellers, you don't know how far we will get. So do your best. That's okay. All the words appear in the Merriam-Webster Unabridged Dictionary, which is the official dictionary. I used to have the judges hold up one of those 150-pound dictionaries that's over there. You don't have to, Dr. Montiel. We actually have the definitions included in the spelling list here. So that way we don't have to look them up, which saves a whole lot of time. Mr. Saylor is over here going to be recording it, and if there are any questions and we need to play back, then he'll be playing them back on the speakers if the judges need to hear something. And sometimes that happens, where the judges are not quite sure what somebody said, or if there is a challenge. And I'll explain challenges in a little bit, but those of you who are the students' teachers or parents, you know your kid better than anybody else. So you're going to be the ones who might say, oh, no, they didn't say that. The judges must have misheard. And we can check on that. We do not want anybody eliminated because of a mistake. So please know, we're not trying to get you, okay? If you don't know the word, that's one thing. And there's no shame in not knowing how to spell a word. But if it was hard to understand what you said, then, that's not a good reason to eliminate you. And we want to make sure. These judges here, Dr. Montiel, Ms. Almada, and Ms. Vasquez, they've been doing this for quite a while. And they were all principals in NUSD at one time or another. I actually taught school with Ms. Almada and Ms. Vasquez back in the dark ages. We were using stone tablets back then. They called them chalkboards, but they were stone tablets. So, these are wonderful, excellent folks. They are all great educators, and they do not want you to fail. They want you to succeed because that's been their whole life, is working with kids. And so they're gonna do everything they can to help you. So be glad we've got them here. We're lucky to have them, I guarantee you. I also should tell you that they are the king and queens once this bee starts. Their decision is final. Ms. Canto, who is our superintendent, she can't overrule it. Ms. Bonillas, who is our assistant superintendent and in charge of the bee setup, she can't overrule it. I have no power except to tell you the words. Whatever they decide, that's what happened. The mayor's not going to help you. The governor's not going to help you. The president's not going to help you. The pope's not going to help you. They make all the decisions, and what they decide is final. This is the most power they will have all day. And after this, they go back to regular people. So they're going to enjoy it, but they will not take advantage of it. I promise you. Let me see. My role is to give you the words. I will try and say it at least twice, every word at least twice. I then request that you repeat the word before you spell it, and then say the word again after. If you do not repeat the word, it doesn't count against you. Understand? So if the word is A, the article A, well, I guess there's no point in saying it and spelling it. It's the same letter. So it's say it was wall. You would go wall, W-A-L-L, wall. If you just went W-A-L-L, that's okay. But I really recommend that you repeat the word. Why do I recommend that? Because you might have heard it wrong. And if you heard it wrong and the judges hear you say, once again, I gave you the word wall. And you said, walk. And then I said, no, Mr. Frederick, would you repeat that word again? And I would repeat it and probably use it in a sentence so you had a better idea of what word we were talking about. Because, once again, I want to help you. I want you to succeed. I don't want you to fail just because you misheard the word, because those things can happen. If there is more than one homonym, and I ought to ask you guys what a homonym is, because I know you know. But for all you parents who probably don't know, a homonym is two words that sound the same, but they're spelled differently. And some examples are the and the. You say, well, those both sound the same. Well, one is T-H-E and one is T-H-E-E, which we're not going to use that word, so you're okay. But I need to make clear to you which word it is. If there's a word that even sounds like the original word, I'll try to make it clear to you which one I'm spelling. If there are two words that are homonyms and I did not tell you, either spelling would be right. But it is very rare that that's going to happen. Usually you're going to have enough sense to ask me, could you give me a definition? Could you give me a part of speech? Could you use it in a sentence? Those kind of things, and I'll be glad to help you with that. I can give you things like language of origin, but I cannot give you a root word. That I'm not allowed to do. I can answer any of your requests, and please know, anything you need to ask me, please do. I would much rather you ask every question you can think of than not ask something and then spell the word wrong by accident. So feel free to ask if you need to. I'll give you a chance for questions in a little bit, I promise, but I've got a ton of stuff to dump on you, so let me dump it on, and then remember your question. Pin it someplace, because I don't want to ignore you. I sometimes will not give you some information up front, because it might be more confusing than helpful, but if you ask me for it, I will always give it to you. The judges are going to interact with you. You need to look at the judges when you spell. They have to see you spell and hear you spell. You are not spelling the word for me. So you're probably going to look at me when I give you the word, but then turn and face the judges. Now, several of us are masked. Good for you. Keep you a little healthier. I don't want to get anybody sick. That's why I've got my mask on. If you come up to spell, it might be helpful to you to pull your mask down so they can see your lips. You are not required to, but it might be helpful. If I have given you a word that you didn't understand, the judges might ask me to give you more information. And I will, of course, do that because they are the king and queens, and I have to do what they say. If I pronounce a word incorrectly, they're going to say, Mr. Frederick, I think you need to say that again. And check your pronunciation guide, Mr. Frederick, because that's just not right. And I'll listen to them. They'll fix that. They might disqualify you for some reasons other than spelling a word wrong. One reason they might disqualify you is if it is your turn to come spell, and we'll call you out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, like that, and you refuse to come up to the microphone. I don't know, you got terrible stage fright or something. I'm not talking somebody that just takes a second to get up, but somebody you just refuse to come up, they can disqualify you. Now, that doesn't mean you have to run up to the microphone as fast as you can. It just means don't worry. Now, I do recommend if you're on this side, you might want to go in and out that way. If you're on this side, one of the two seats, go in and out this way. Don't try and go through 3 people to go to where you're sitting. It just makes it a little simpler. I might even have you all move up to the front at the end of the spelling bee, just so you're not having to walk so far if you're at the back. Another reason is if you come up to the microphone and say your word is anti-disestablishmentarianism, and no, that's not one of your words, but that's your word, and you go M. That's nonsense. Those are not letters, okay? If you just start uttering nonsense words, you'll be disqualified. One of those reasons that they can disqualify you beyond spelling a word wrong. I do not expect this to happen, but if you engage in unsportsmanlike behavior, you can be eliminated. In other words, if somebody's walking up to the mic and they're about to spell and they're given a word and you start throwing spitballs at the back of their head to distract them, or I don't know, anything like that, or you start boo or anything like that, you can be disqualified. I will tell you, in all my years of doing this, I've never seen anybody do anything like that. But it's one of the rules. So now you know you won't do that. I am quite certain. You need to make sure you know everything you need to know to spell the word correctly. You need to know how the word's pronounced. You need to have heard it clearly. If you need to know if there is more than one pronunciation, you may ask, are there any other ways to pronounce this word? I'll try and give that to you. You do not have to say a capital letter if the word is capitalized. For instance, if your word was Nogales, okay, you could spell it Nogales. Now you noticed I didn't say capital Nogales. It's fine if you do, but you do not have to. And the judges will not count it against you if the word is capitalized and you do not say it. Sometimes there are words that are hyphenated. In other words, 2 words joined together by a hyphen. If you do not mention the hyphen, it will not be spelled incorrectly. As long as you get all the letters in the right order, you're fine. Any other diacritical marks like accents, judges completely ignore that. So all you need is the right letters in the right order. As long as you get that, you're gold. There is one other reason you can be eliminated, and it is the heartbreak rule. It is my least favorite rule in this entire spelling bee. If you start to spell a word and stop, you can go back to the beginning and start spelling again, as long as you say the letters in the exact same order. You cannot change any of the letters or the order in which you did them, even if it is to correct your spelling. So be very sure before you start to say the letters that you want those letters. If you need to write it in your hand, if any of you have ever seen the movie Akilah and the Bee, she would pretend to be jumping rope while she was spelling words. Whatever's going to work for you, you do it. Some people, maybe you type. I don't know what you do. Anything that'll help you get that word in your head, make sure you don't change the order of the letters. For instance, if the word was Walker, we'll use that one, and you said W-A-L, you could stop and go back and say W-A-L-K-E-R. But if you said W-A-L-K-E-R, yes, you spelled it correctly, but you changed the way you did it the first time. So make sure you start the way you want, because you can't correct it once you've already said it wrong. So make sure it's very clear in your mind. And I cannot stress how very important that is and how very unhappy you will feel if you do that. Don't do that. Make sure you spell it the same way. Now, when we get to the end of the B, some things are a little different. For instance, at the end of the B, we might only have 2 or 3 or 4 people left. Everybody might spell their word wrong. It's happened way more than once. If everybody spells their word wrong, everybody stays in the spelling bee. If, however, we get to the end of B, and let's say there are 2 people left, speller A and speller B. If speller A misses their word and speller B gets their word, speller B has to go into a 1-word round. If they get it correctly, they are the winner of the spelling bee. If they miss it, they go right back in, and speller A and speller B keep trying to spell it. Whoever wins is going to spell 2 words right in a row, while their opponent does not spell a word right. Sometimes we might get down to 3 people left. Now, Ms. Bonillas, are we doing first, second, and third place, or just first and second? Okay. So we're going to want to know who's second and third place, because we've got awards for all 3. And if that is the case, and we figure out who the winner is, well, we've still got to figure out who's second and third place. And in that case, we're going to go to, we'll call it a lightning round, because sudden death sounds so unpleasant. It's a lightning round, and whoever is the only one that spells a word correctly in that round is the winner of the lightning round. It is possible we might have to do that for third place. I don't think we've ever really had to do that, but it can happen. But we'll get first place and second place settled, and then we might have to get the last 2 or 3 people to come up with third place if we don't have just one person in third place. We will do that. I will try and watch the clock. If we start going more than an hour, I may call for a break after an hour so everybody can get up and go to the bathroom or whatever, get a drink of water, whatever you need to do, because that's a long time to be sitting here really nervous, like I know most of you are. You don't need to be, but I know you are. I would be too. Appeals. If you are the parent or the teacher of a student and you think that perhaps the judges made a mistake, they would never do anything wrong on purpose, but you think maybe they made a mistake, you'll go back to Ms. Bonillas in the yellow sweater with the black so she matches all the balloons, and she will take your appeal. You have to do it before the next time your student would have been eligible to spell a word. So you cannot appeal against somebody. That awful child made a mistake, and I don't think that, no, you can't do that. But if you're doing it for your student, please do. We've had it times before where honestly it was hard to tell if a student stuttered and said a letter twice or if they simply said the letter twice, which would have been an incorrect spelling. And so Our capable judges listened, and then they listened again, and then they listened again, and then they listened again, until they finally made a decision and a ruling on that. I don't even remember what it was now. It's been years ago. But it can happen. So if your student, just yours, makes a mistake, please tell Ms. Bonillas, we think there was an error. The judges were just in error. It happens. They're kings and queens of the world for right now, but even kings and queens can make mistakes. So if you think it was an error, please talk to them. You'll need to go back once again to Ms. Bonillas. Don't come up here to the judge and say, listen, you were not paying attention. Tell Ms. Bonillas, because we might keep going on with the B until we get to a more convenient stopping place. At the end of each round, one of our judges is going to announce which students have been eliminated, and they'll have the opportunity to go sit down. By the way, if you spell a word wrong, you're going to hear the bell of doom. Would you mind sounding the bell of doom? Doesn't that sound threatening? That just means that you spelled the word wrong. I will go ahead and give you the correct spelling of the word after that. I will not tell you spelled the word right or wrong, because that's not my job. The bell will tell you if you spelled it wrong. No bell, you're gold. You go back and sit down. As a matter of fact, go back and sit down until the end of the round anyway, just in case. Everybody gets their word wrong. I believe that is everything. Okay, your question, sir.
Well, no, actually, you already answered my question.
See, I knew I might. That's why I told you to wait. I thought, well, good chance. Yes, ma'am.
Why can't we fix her spelling?
Why can't you what?
Why can't we fix her spelling?
I still didn't hear.
So she starts spelling it wrong.
Oh, because it's the rules. Not my rule, trust me. Trust me, I hate that rule, but that's in the rules. And if you go on to the District B or the State B or the National B, where, by the way, you can win big scholarships for winning the National Spelling Bee scripts in Washington, it's a pretty good deal, let me tell you. Those are the rules that they're using. So we're using those same rules here. And no, I don't like the rules. If it was my rule, if I had a choice, we wouldn't do it that way. But I don't have a choice. So, good question, bad answer, but that's the way it is. Okay, we're going to go through a practice round. Now, when we do this practice round, if you miss your word, it won't matter. The judges will still ding you, but it won't matter. This is just a practice round. Now, be aware that I don't have, this is all I've got for the practice round, just a list of words. So I don't have the definitions and all that stuff. Now, I can probably use all of these in a part of speech, and I know that because I chose those words, and I know I can use them all in a part of speech. I may give you helpful information on some, but don't ask for too many details, because I may not know language of origin and some of that kind of stuff. These are easy words, though. So what I'm going to ask you to do is come up to the mic, introduce yourself. My name is, whatever. I am in 12th grade at Lincoln Elementary School, which would be really hard because we only go up to grade 5, and let us know that. So we'll just say, once again, your name, grade, school. I'll welcome you. I will give you the word. I will say the word at least twice. I might clarify it. I might give you a little information if there's a reason you might be confused on the spelling. And then what I'm asking you to do is say the word, spell it, and then repeat the word. So, number 1, this is just practice. Remember, don't be nervous about this. Even if you miss it, you're fine.
My name is Sienna Andres, and I am a 7th grader from Desert Shadows Middle School.
Welcome. Then he just turned the mic up a little bit for you. Your word is red, as in the color red.
Red, R-E-D, red.
Thank you. Number 2.
My name is Diego Sanchez, and I'm in Park Elementary School in 5th grade.
Welcome.
They need to adjust the mic.
Yeah, you're going to need to bring it down so they can hear you we want to make sure they hear you real clearly.
Would you repeat that, please?
My name is Diego Sanchez, and I'm in 5th grade in Brecker Elementary School.
And welcome. Your word is dog. Dog.
Dog. D-O-G. Dog.
Thank you. Number 3. And you don't have to wait for me to call you. If you're next, you can just start coming up. When they go down, that's fine.
My name is Miguel Valenzuela. I'm a 7th grader at Wade Carpenter Middle School.
Welcome. Your word is man. Man.
Man. M-A-N. Man.
Number 4.
My name is Jonathan Cedeno. I'm in 5th grade in elementary school, in Lincoln Elementary School.
Welcome. Your word is green. Green, as in the color green.
Green. G-R-E-E-N.
Thank you. Number 5.
I'm Michael Lopez, and I'm in 4th grade at Mary L. Welty School.
Welcome. Your word is book. Book.
Book. B-O-O-K. Book.
Thank you. Number 6.
Did he add something to that?
But at the end, he'd already said it.
He added a letter, so they need to be careful with that.
Okay.
Good morning. My name is Ana Fernanda Rodriguez. I'm in 7th grade from Wade Carpenter.
Welcome. Your word is end. End, as in to finish. End.
And E-N-D. End.
Thank you. Number 7. Go ahead and move the mic down. Introduce yourself.
My name is Evangeline Landa, and I'm from Lincoln Elementary School.
Welcome. Your word is sit. Sit, as in to sit down.
Sit. S-I-T.
Thank you. Number 8.
Hi, my name is Anshu Mekala, and I'm from Desert Shadows, and I'm in 7th grade.
Welcome. Your word is thin. Thin, as in skinny.
Thin. Thin. T-H-I-N. Thin.
Thank you. And number 9 is not here, so number 10. And I'm just going to go along the numbers. I'm going to go to number 10.
I'm Jorge Molina. I'm from Challenge Elementary. I'm in 4th grade.
Welcome. Your word is boy. Boy.
Boy. B-O-Y.
Thank you. Number 11.
My name is Ala Wise, and I'm a 5th grader from Coronado.
Welcome. Your word is cat. Cat.
The animal?
The animal. Cat. Yes.
Cat. C-A-T. Cat.
Good. And if you have a question, always ask it. Number 12.
Hello, my name is Arturo Perez. I'm in 4th grade, and I'm in Brecker Elementary.
Welcome. Your word is bus. Bus, as in riding a school bus.
B-U-S. Bus.
Thank you. Number 13.
Hi, I'm Eve Castillo Garcia from Mary L. Welty.
Welcome. Your word is sand. Sand, as in there's a lot of sand on the beach.
Sand. S-A-N-D. Sand.
Thank you. Number 14.
My name is Gala Maldonado. I'm in 5th grade from Coronado Elementary School.
Welcome. Your word is five. Five.
5. F-I-V-E. 5.
Thank you. Number 15. Your word is ear. Ear, as in
Ear.
you hear with your ear.
Ear. E-A-R.
And I didn't give you a chance to introduce yourself. I'm so sorry.
I'm Oscar Montijo. I'm a 5th grader from Challenger Elementary.
And welcome. We're glad you're here. Number 16.
I'm Denise. I'm Denise Ambriz from A.J. Mitchell Elementary, and I'm in 5th grade.
Welcome. Your word is rest. Rest, as in after you leave here, you can go rest.
Rest. R-E-S-T. Rest.
Thank you. And that concludes our practice round, and nobody got dinged, so we're in good shape. Now, I want everybody to stand up, because you've already been sitting still for a long time. Go ahead and kind of shake out a little bit. Stretch up, stretch down. Take a deep breath in and out. In and out. And don't forget to breathe while you're spelling. And you may be seated. And we will begin round one. Number one. Your word is railings. Railings, as in fans pressed against the railings to try to get an autograph from the rock star. Railings.
Railings. R-A-I-L-I-N-G-S. Railings.
Thank you. Number two. Your word is hitched. Hitched. As in Arthur hitched his horse to a post and went into the barber shop.
Hitched. H-I-T-C-H-E-D. Hitched.
Thank you. Number three. Your word is saints. Saints.
Saints. S-A-I-N-T-S. Saints.
Thank you. Number four. Your word is bossiness. Bossiness.
Bossiness. B-O-S-S-Y-N-E-S-S.
The correct spelling is B-O-S-S-I-N-E-S-S. Number five. Kneeling. Kneeling.
Oh, K-N-E-E-L-I-N-G. Kneeling.
We need that repeated.
Yes.
Would you repeat?
K-N-E-E-L-L-I-N-G.
One more time, just to be sure.
K-N-E-E-L-I-N-G.
Yeah, it's okay.
That's right.
They just want to make sure they got it.
Yeah, they need to be a little bit slower on the spelling, because
Yeah.
he ran his I. That's
Yeah.
where we had the problem, so, but he's okay.
See, I told you, they're going to give you chances. Don't worry. They're not trying to eliminate you needlessly. Your word is 12. 12.
12. Can you use it in a sentence?
Certainly. Every holiday season, a group of neighborhood carolers go from house to house singing the 12 days of Christmas.
12. T-W-E-L-V-E. 12.
Thank you. Number 7. And your word is hummingbird. Hummingbird.
Hummingbird. H-U-M-M-I-N-G-B-I-R-D.
Thank you. Number 8. Donkeys. Donkeys, plural.
Donkeys. D-O-N-K-E-Y-S. Donkeys.
Thank you. Number 10.
Number 9.
Grimy. Grimy.
Can you use a sentence, please?
Certainly. Fernando threw the grimy jersey in the hamper after his soccer game.
C-R-I-N-Y.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Number 11. If you will, guys, just remember to say the word first and then spell it and then say it again. That way, so we're sure. The word is until. Until.
Until. UNTIL. Until.
Thank you. The word is compute. Compute.
Compute. COMPUTE. Compute.
Thank you. Number 11. Oh, I'm sorry, number 13. Looked at it wrong. Decide. Decide or decide.
Decide. DECIDE. Decide.
Thank you. The word is beyond. Beyond.
Beyond. BEYOND. Beyond.
Beyond is spelled BEYOND. Beyond. Next. Rituals. Rituals, and it is plural. Rituals.
Rituals. RITUALS.
Thank you. And number 16. This could be confused with another word, so I'll give you a little more information on it. The word is murals. Murals, it's a plural noun, meaning paintings or other works applied to and made integral with wall surfaces. So paintings on a wall. Murals.
May you repeat the word?
Certainly. Murals.
Murals. MURALS. Murals.
Thank you. And that completes round 2.
So numbers 4 and 14, please take your seats with the audience.
And we begin round 2. Number 1. Your word is probably. Probably.
Probably. PROBABLY. Probably.
Thank you. Your word is beginning. Beginning.
Beginning. BEGINNING. Beginning.
Correct spelling is BEGINNING. Go ahead, number 3. Your word is riffled. Riffled.
Riffled. RIFFLED. Riffled.
Thank you. Next. Your word is potential or potential. Potential.
POTENTIAL. Potential.
Thank you. Next. Your word is vertical. Vertical.
Vertical. VERTICAL. Vertical.
Thank you. Next. Your word is intertribal. Intertribal.
Can you use it in a sentence?
Certainly. In the 1700s and 1800s, intertribal warfare was fierce on the Great Plains. Intertribal means existing or occurring between social groups comprising numerous families, clans, or generations.
Intertribal. INTERTR. Intertribal. AEIAL.
The correct spelling is INTERTRIBAL. Next. The word is minerals. Minerals, it is plural.
Minerals. MINERALS. Minerals.
Thank you. Next. The word is inlet. Inlet.
Inlet. EM.
Could you pronounce
Pronunciation.
that again?
No, I'm going to have him repeat the
Let me
word,
repeat
please.
the word.
Pronunciation.
I'll even give you a little more information. Inlet. Inlet. A narrow strip of water running into the land or between islands, specifically a passage through a barrier island or barrier reef leading to a bay or lagoon. In a sentence, Greta enjoyed having a picnic with her friends on the beach by the inlet every Sunday. Inlet.
ENLATE.
Correct spelling is INLET. Your word is deviation. Deviation.
Deviation. DEVIATION. Deviation.
Thank you. Next. Your word is adjusted. Adjusted. And the sentence would be Felipe adjusted his suspenders so they wouldn't fall off his shoulders. Adjusted.
Could you give me the definition?
Certainly. Change the position of as for better fit or appearance.
Adjusted. ADJUSTED. Adjusted.
Thank you. Next. Your word is republic. Republic.
Republic. REPUBLIC. Republic.
Thank you. Next. And this word could be confused with another, so I'm going to give you a little more information on that. The word is efficient. Efficient can also be pronounced efficient and efficient. Efficient. It is an adjective meaning marked by qualities, characteristics, or equipment that facilitates the serving of a purpose or the performance of a task in the best possible manner. In a sentence, that would be, Kalinda is most efficient at work when she has a to-do list and checks things off as she goes. Efficient.
Efficient. EFICIENT.
The correct spelling is EFFICIENT. Your word is menacing. Menacing.
Can you use it in a sentence?
Certainly. Though the big dog had a menacing growl, he was really a sweetheart. Menacing.
Menacing. MENACING.
C-I-N-G. Menacing.
Thank you.
The end of the round. Numbers 2, 7, 9, and 15. Please join the audience.
And we'll proceed to our next round. Number 1.
Excuse me. Could you please turn your little tag so we can see your number?
Oh, yeah. Guys, they don't always remember what number, and it's kind of hard to tell when you're sitting out there.
Which
Yeah,
one?
Let
it's
them
very
see the
hard.
number so they
Menacing
know how to mark
was
it.
16.
All right. Your word, and there's several word pronunciations. I'll give you several of them. Temperature. Temperature. It can also be pronounced temperature. Temperature or temperature.
Temperature. T-E-M-P-E-R-A-T-U-R-E. Temperature.
Thank you. Next. The word is limbering. Limbering.
Limbering. L-I-M-B-E-R-I-N-G. Limbering.
Thank you. Next. I'll try and say this with a straight face because it's a surprising word. The word is switcheroo. Switcheroo.
Switcheroo. S-W-I-T-C-H-R-O-O. Switcheroo. Oh.
Yeah, you were about to correct it, I know. The correct spelling is S-W-I-T-C-H-E-R-O-O. Told you it's a heartbreaking rule. Your word is shrivel. Shrivel.
Can you use it in a sentence?
Certainly. The time-lapse video shows grapes as they shrivel up and turn into raisins. Shrivel.
Can you give me a definition?
Certainly, to shrink and form wrinkles. It is a verb.
Shrivel. S-H-R-I-V-E-L. Shrivel.
Thank you. Next. The word is aggravate. Aggravate.
Aggravate. A-G-R-A-V-A-T-E. Aggravate.
The correct spelling is A-G-G-R-A-V-A-T-E. Your word is cronies. Cronies. It is a plural word. Cronies.
May I have the definition?
Certainly. It's a plural noun meaning intimate companions, especially of long standing, familiar friends, old chums, cronies.
Cronies. C-R-U-M-M-I-E-S. Cronies.
Correct spelling is C-R-O-N-I-E-S. Next. Your word is maniacal. Maniacal.
Could you use it in a sentence?
Of course. While watching the movie with his older siblings, little Everett walked out of the room anytime the maniacal witch was on screen. It's an adjective indicating or suggestive of madness or mania.
M-A-N-I-C-L-E. Maniacal.
Correct spelling is M-A-N-I-A-C-A-L. Next. Your word is churned. Churned.
Churned. CHURNED. Churned.
Thank you. And this word could be confused with another word, and it also has more than one pronunciation, so I'll give you a little more information. The word is tiara or tiara, tiara or tiara. It is a noun meaning a decorative band or semicircular ornament for the head when made of flowers, fabric, or metal for wear on formal occasions. And in a sentence, Nita wore a tiara to her quinceañera.
Tiara. TIARA. Tiara.
Thank you. I thought a girl would be more likely to know that one.
Okay, numbers 5, 8, 11, and 12. Please join your family.
Okay, number 1. This word could be confused with another, so I'll give you a little more information. The word is inaudible, inaudible, and it means incapable of being heard. Due to high winds on the day of filming, the dialogue in the footage was inaudible.
Inaudible. INAUDIBLE. Inaudible.
Thank you. Next. Your word is pistons. Pistons, plural.
Pistons. PISTONS. Pistons.
Thank you. Next. Your word is feisty. Feisty.
Can you use it in a sentence?
Certainly. The feisty little puppy would play fetch for hours. Feisty. In a definition, having or showing a lively aggressiveness. Spunky. Feisty.
Feisty. FIESTY.
Okay, I didn't hear it. Okay, okay.
The correct spelling is Feisty.
She said I first.
I
Next.
couldn't hear it, yeah.
Yeah, there's nobody between you. It goes for a while and it's all of a sudden you again. The word is Chicago. Chicago can also be pronounced Chicago.
Chicago. CHICAGO. Chicago.
Thank you. And once again, a note that even though she didn't capitalize it, she said all the letters in the right order, so it was correct. Um,
43.
Your word is, and judges, if I might remind you, I mentioned this word to you before. The word is benefited. Benefited. Certainly. The new outdoor meeting area benefited both the teacher and students at the school. It's a verb meaning to have been useful, helpful, or profitable to. Aided. Benefited.
Benefited. BENEFITTED.
Thank you. And just so you know what that mysterious conversation with the judges were, this word could be spelled either of two ways. One with one T, one with two T's, and both would be correct. So she got it, of course. All right. Anybody? Okay.
You didn't call her.
Oh, I'm sorry. Number 6.
Okay, number 1. I tell you what, guys, would those of you in the back row, would you move over and then we'll put number 13 here and number 16 here. So number 3 move into chair 2. Number 13 move into seat 3. And number 16 move there into seat 4. That way you're not walking all the way from the back, and it's a little easier for you. I hope I'm not making you more nervous by making everybody move around. It just will save a little time. I just expect all 4 of you to stay on a long time because you're good spellers. This word could be confused with another, so I'm going to give you a little more information. The word is crevices. Crevices. It is a plural noun, meaning narrow openings of some depth, as caused especially by a split or cleavage. Narrow, recess-like slits. And in the sentence, as the statue had been outside for centuries, there were crevices in the marble. Crevices.
Crevices. C-R-E-V-I-C-E-S. Crevices.
Thank you. Next. This could be confused with another word, so I'm going to give you a little more information also. Your word is intubated. Intubated. It is a verb meaning treated by the introduction of a tube into a hollow organ, as in the trachea or intestine, to keep it open or to restore its openness if obstructed. In the sentence, the patient had to be intubated to keep his airway open. Intubated.
Intubated. I-N-T-U-B-A-T-E-D. Intubated.
Thank you. Next. Your word is ordained. Ordained. It's a past tense verb. Ordained.
Can you use it in a sentence, please?
Certainly. Diane was ordained as a minister after graduating from the seminary. Ordained.
Ordained. O-R-D-A-N-E-D. Ordained. Okay.
Correct spelling is O-R-D-A-I-N-E-D. Next. Your word is counterfeit. Counterfeit.
May you repeat the word?
Certainly. Counterfeit. I can give you a little more information. It's a noun, meaning an imitation or replica, markedly close or faithful to an original, and typically made to deceive or gain. In a sentence, having paid over $100 for an autographed photo of Justin Bieber, Relia was indignant to discover that it was a counterfeit. Counterfeit.
Counterfeit. C O U N T E R F I D.
Correct spelling is C-O-U-N-T-E-R-F-E-I-T. Now, both of these ladies were done, but will need to come with third place. So we'll just leave them up here so we can do a third place
Okay.
spell off. Now, you two are going to be our winner and runner-up for our District B. No question about it. In order to be the winner, you have to spell a word correctly when the other person misses one, and then spell another word correctly. In a way, if you spell it correctly, you don't have much to lose the next round. Even if you spell it wrong, you stay in the B. And we just go back to the two of you trying to spell it off. Okay, so you have to spell 2 words correctly in a row while the other person misses one. So, number 1. Your word is pioneered. Pioneered, a past tense verb. Pioneered.
Pioneered. P-I-O-N-E-E-R-E-D. P-I-O-N-E-R-E-D. Pioneered.
Thank you.
Hold on a second.
Number 3. Prophetically. Prophetically.
Prophetically. P-R-O-F-I-C-A-L-L-Y.
Correct spelling is Prophetically. Okay, number 1. If you get this correct, you are the winner of our 2023 District Spelling Bee. If you miss it, you still have another chance. So you can't really lose on this one. So your word is infrared. Infrared. It's an adjective lying outside the visible spectrum at its red end. In a sentence, the sun's infrared radiation is responsible for the warmth felt in direct sunlight. Infrared.
Infrared. I-N-F-R-A-R-E-D. Infrared.
And you are the winner of our 2023 Spelling Bee. And number 3, you're our second place winner. Now, we're going to spell off between you two to figure out who's our third place person. So, number 13, if you'll come up, and whoever gets one word right while the other person misses a word, you don't have to spell another word. You're automatically the third place winner. But if both of you miss a word, you're still both in. So, got a good chance here. Okay, this could be confused with another word, so I'm going to give you a little more information on it. The word is encompass. Encompass. It's a verb meaning to bring within, to include. Ricky's interests encompass everything from coding to crochet to reading to playing soccer. Encompass.
I-N-C-O-M-P-U-S-S.
The correct spelling is E-N-C-O-M-P-A-S-S. That's all right. If she misses a word, you both stay in. And this is another word that could be confused with something else, so I'll give you a little more information. The word is incontrovertible. Incontrovertible. It is an adjective meaning not open to question, indisputable, certain. The jury unanimously felt that the evidence in the case was incontrovertible and beyond a shadow of a doubt. Incontrovertible.
Can you repeat the word?
Pardon?
Can you repeat the word?
Certainly. Incontrovertible.
Incontrovertible. I-N-C-O-N-T-R-I-V-E-R-T-A-B-L.
The correct spelling is I-N-C-O-N-T-R-O-V-E-R-T-I-B-L-E. It's all right. Both of you are still in this. Number 13. Once again, this has another word could be confused with, so I'll give you a little more information. The word is ballast. Ballast. It is a noun meaning something that gives stability or weight, especially in character, conduct, ideas, or morals. In a sentence, Nate's life experience gave ballast to his belief that people are generally good at heart. Ballast.
Ballast. B-A-L-A-S-E-D.
Correct spelling is B-A-L-L-A-S-T. Your word is mercenary. Mercenary.
Mercenary?
Mercenary.
May I use it in a sentence?
Certainly. When the applicant kept asking about salary and incentives, the interviewer suspected that they might have primarily mercenary reasons for wanting the job. Mercenary is an adjective meaning merely for gain or pay, seeking sordid advantage. Mercenary.
Mercenary. MERCENARY.
The correct spelling is MERCENARY. Number 13. Your word is benighted. Benighted. It's an adjective meaning being in a state of intellectual, moral, or social darkness. Once considered benighted, the tribe's practices today seem to be quite socially and environmentally forward-thinking. Benighted.
Benighted. BENIGHTED. Benighted.
Thank you. And number 16. Your word is Bangalore. Bangalore.
May you use the definition?
Certainly. Bangalore, also called Bangalore, is known as a major information technology hub and is sometimes called the Silicon Valley of Asia. Bangalore is a city in southern India west of Madras, capital of the state of Karnataka. Bangalore.
Bangalore. BANGALOR.
The correct spelling is BANGALORE. So you are our third place winner. So congratulations to our first, second, third place winners. And to all of our participants, they've done an excellent job. And we've got certificates and prizes and I don't know what all we've got. I'm sure.
Good job. Went well. Yeah.
Wow, you guys had us at the edge of our seats. Let's give all of our Spelling Bee participants a round of applause.
I know.
We do have treats for you outside. I know the table looked empty when you got here, but we do have treats outside. But before anything, we do have a little bit of gifts that we would like for you to take home. We have certificates for all of you, and then for our winners, we have some trophies. So if you would like to go sit with your parents' winners, you go ahead and go in third place and fourth place. So if you want to, or you can stay there, unless everybody wants to come back. But I know that you guys are with your parents, and we understand. Isn't it better now? We can all take like a sigh of relief. I'm really glad it's over. You guys had me at the edge of your seats, and just for the record, I misspelled about 75% of the words that you all spelled correctly. So we'll start with our third place winner, Miss Evie Castillo Garcia from Mary Welty. Our second place winner, Mr. Miguel Valenzuela from Wade Carpenter Middle School. And our District B champion, Miss Sienna Andres from Desert Shadows Middle School. Yes. And we will call you up again because we have your certificates. Let's give our judges and pronouncers a round of applause. I'm really glad I don't have your jobs because you guys make it so much easier for the rest of us that are there. Without you, we would not have this be. It would not be possible. Mr. Frederick, thank you so much. I've never seen a pronouncer. They need to hire you at the state level because you're really awesome. Mr. Rene Saylor, who is recording for us, as we mentioned, our B is recorded in case we have to play back or double check. And then I'd also like to thank our IT department, who is filming today's B. And again, it helps us with our accountability and to make sure that we are following all the rules and doing all the things that we're supposed to be doing for our kids. So I do have certificates. And we'll start with Denise Ambris. And I did forget one super important person who should be up here shaking hands. Miss Angel Cantu, our superintendent, can you come up here, please?
She got a break this year.
This was Angel's baby, so I had big shoes to fill this year. Siana Andres. Ivy Castillo Garcia. Jonathan Cedeño.
Poor Jonathan. Poor Jonathan. Poor Jonathan was the first one out. Oh, I know that's so hard. But they started with hard work.
Evangeline Landa.
Down here, they're easier.
I know. But I just go straight to the list. Change the order.
Iker Lopez. Gala Maldonado. Anshu Mikala. Jorge Molina Jr. Oscar Montijo. Arturo Pérez. Ana Rodríguez. Diego Sánchez. Ava Wise, or Ava Wise. Miguel Valenzuela. We also have a few thank yous for our B coordinators as well as our judges. So if the B coordinators can please make your way up here. I know that you guys do not like the limelight, but you work with our students wholeheartedly. You work to prepare them. Prepare your school Bs, and I know how challenging that can be. And so we would like to thank you. So for AJ Mitchell, Ms. Daniela Salazar. Challenger Elementary, Lisette Games. Coronado Elementary, Miss Ellen Woodburn. Lincoln Elementary, Miss Micheline Ruggiero. Robert Bracker Elementary, Carmen Badilla. Mary Welty Elementary, Miss Maria Osuna. Ms. Osuna couldn't be with us today, so Principal Silva will take the little gift back to her. Desert Shadows Middle School, Miss Debbie Condes. And last but certainly not least, Wade Carpenter Middle School, Miss Badna Pacharne. And if we could please give our judges a little round of applause, Miss Norma Almada. We have gifts for you too. Miss Tenina Vasquez. Okay. We just want them to get their steps in because I know both of them like to go to the gym. Oh, no. We'll give you a shortcut back. Dr. Arnoldo Montiel. And last but certainly not least, Mr. Larry Frederick. And I know he doesn't like the attention, but Mr. Rene Saylor, we have a little gift for you too. Thank you, Rene, for being here. Thank you, everyone. I would like to thank my administrative assistant, Ms. Cristina Bermudez. I wish I could take credit for all of her decorations and her creative eye, but I have none of it. So thank you. And Ms. Rosie Ainsa, who is Ms. Cantu's administrative assistant to the superintendent. You guys have really long titles, but it's okay. But it would not be possible without them. And of course, Ms. Angel Cato, like I said, I had big shoes to fill. Always so nervous when you got to take over the boss's job, right? And Ms. Kathy Scott, who is with us. Thank you, Kathy. She's going to be putting together some information for the newspaper. So we have to take pictures of your kids again. So if you could please stick around, have cupcakes and sweets and treats with us outside while we get some pictures in for our newspaper article. Thank you, everybody. Have a great day.